Welcome to My Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to My Asshole Podcast. Today is Sunday, and you guys know what we got for the Sunday. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, for all your video reviewing needs and all of your scenario needs, baby, Daddy is home. What's going on, Rick 4?
What's up, everybody?
What's going on? All right, we got some juicy videos sent in by you lovely people, as well as our boy over here. And we got some scenarios sent in by you lovely people, all that good stuff. Your boy's got a lot of brain fog this week, so, you know, if your boy is brain farting, that's why he's here. Oh, man. But yeah, we got some interesting content coming up for you guys. Let's see here. All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna just jump right into the thought, if you will. We're gonna jump right into the thought. And we have our first one. Obviously, you can read You can read. I didn't come here to read. I came here to do a podcast.
Yeah. That's good.
Oh, fucking inside joke. What episode did we talk about that one on? Because they should know that.
Yeah, there was one of the earlier ones that we did this year where we talked about that guy at KFC that did not want to read anything that was going on.
All right. With jokes aside, oh shoot, hold on, my alarm. Hold on, they're trying to get me.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Oops, I don't have the
For one, I'm not paying for everybody's food. It's your birthday, cool, but I'm not doing that. It's 18.
Why do you gotta pay for all y'all food though?
You right.
That's crazy. 18 girls, bruh.
I'm gonna leave you. You staying here with them or you coming with me?
Whoa, bro!
Like, you really just should have paid for all of our...
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
What do you think about that? Like I understand paying for your girl's meal, but
Right.
all her friends too?
No, I mean, unless we about to have a 19 way, I'm not paying for all fucking you and your friends, bro. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like,
You said unless we having a 19 win.
yeah,
That's
because
crazy.
the reason I'm paying for you is because you hold that position of my girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't. They hold the position of friends to you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, they're not an extension of you unless I'm getting extended some like extra benefits as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and like that's me being satirical in the matter, but the point still stands. Is like, yeah, I have no connection to your friends, especially if I met them after I met you. So, like, there's no reason for me to pay for them. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
None at all. Like,
100%.
and then for you to act like I'm obligated as some fucking host to pay for you and your friends kind of would just result in you paying for yourself, and I get a new fucking girlfriend at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, just that alone would make me want to get a new girlfriend.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, dude, if this is how you're going to act, like, I understand in the confines of our relationship, you know, I pay for everything, I take care of you, all that good stuff. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's great.
absolutely.
I have no problem with that at all. Not at all. But the fact that you're going to put me on the hook for all of your friends,
Yeah.
the fact that you thought that was okay.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I may have it like that, but not for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a thing where it's like, okay, so you're okay with me paying for these women's food and things like that, but you wouldn't be okay if I took them out and did something.
Yeah,
with them.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like,
That's
think
a
about
great
it.
point.
Yeah, think about it.
That's a great
If I took her friend out for some dinner or whatever,
Yeah.
just me and her, she'd throw a fit. Oh,
Yeah.
why are you taking her out? Why are you doing this and that?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I paid for her food on her birthday.
Yeah.
So what's the difference in this?
Exactly.
Like, now all of a sudden you're pissed? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So again, it's like, you gotta pick and choose which one you want. I'm not about to sit here and do that. Now, again, like you said, if I'm getting some little extra benefits, whatever, then we can talk about the price. The price is negotiable at that point. You know what I mean? Hey,
that's what would make sense.
Let's haggle a little bit. Oh yeah, well, it makes sense in a male's mind. It doesn't make sense in their mind, though.
Of course,
because we're still gonna get comments of just like, no, he should have did because he's the man, and if you got it, you better spend it. Da, da, da. And it's like, no. Just because I got it don't mean I gotta spend it.
Yeah, and it's crazy how a woman who does not do the same job as a man will tell a man what to spend their money on. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what makes you think you know what men should be spending their money on when you're not a man and you don't earn the money that we earn. You know what I mean?
But I think that's exactly the reason why they say what they do, or they say what they say and they do what they do, because they don't appreciate it. Think about it. You don't work hard for, or you don't appreciate things that you don't work hard for.
Right.
You know, if you just get it, you're like, it's whatever. But if you work hard for that shit, oh, trust me, you're going to appreciate it.
Yeah.
You're going to appreciate
100%.
the fuck out of it. Yeah. So, you know, and it's that double-edged sword, though, where it's like you want to take care of your girl and do those things for her. But in turn, you know, the longer you do it for her, the less and less she appreciates it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I've noticed in my past relationship, and a lot of relationships going forward. I won't speak on yours, but I'm just saying that the longer you're in a relationship with a girl, and the longer you take care of her, and the longer you do things for her, it's like, yeah, I'm doing these things, but then she just don't fucking appreciate it after a while. And you're sitting there thinking, you're like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I'm doing these things, because it's my job and my role in the relationship, but also I want to feel appreciated.
Yeah,
you know, it's that whole love language thing where it's like, you know, I'm doing this, like gift giving, maybe your love language, and you do those things, but then the more you do it, she's just like, oh yeah, you just bought me this thing, who cares, it's whatever, and you're just like, it's whatever. I saved up like 3 months to get you that, you know, and that to me is just where it's like that double-edged sword. It really fucking sucks, because then you get to that point and you're just like, what the fuck do I do? Do I stop doing those things? I don't want to stop doing those things, because that's how I show love. I feel like if I'm not doing those things, then I don't feel like I'm showing her that I love her. You know what I mean? But if I do them, she doesn't appreciate them. So it's like, what's the point in spending the money? Like,
And it's funny that you mentioned that, because there's a lot of things that run through my mind. One of them is, a lot of people like to say that relationships shouldn't be transactional, even though that's literally the only way humans operate is through transactions of some sort. It's like, oh, well, no, like, if you do things, like, you shouldn't expect anything back. It's like, okay, yeah, but how long are you going to do something that you're not appreciated for? You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to go to work and do an exuberant amount of work and not be appreciated it in some form or fashion, where it's like, oh, well, I signed up to get paid for the work I put in, and it's like transactional, right? You know, even in a relationship where men and women, both sides, right? If a woman is doing X, Y, and Z and a man's unappreciative, she's going to eventually be like, I do like doing this for a man, but I want to do it for a man that appreciates me. She leaves. Vice versa, same thing. You know what I mean? So it'll never be untransactional. You know what I mean? It'll always be a transaction-based thing, where I was talking to a few of my friends about this, where it's like, you have responsibilities, but there's never like, in my opinion, there's never a have to, or like a need for X, Y, and Z to be executed, right? Like, say I'm a dad, right? And like, say there's a dad out there who's like doing X, Y, and Z. Like, he earns like $10 million a year, and he's fucking putting his children through the best colleges, like the best schooling, private schools, the best clothes, the best whatever resources, right? And it's like, oh, well, you know, I see 10 millionaires doing that, so like, why can't you do that? Like talking to me, you know? And it's like, well, like, what is saying that like you setting this standard for like all dads is right? You know what I mean? Where like a lot of people will get that idea of confusion of like, I see this, so like this must be the standard, and because you fit in that role of like, you're a dad or you're a teacher or you're a boss or whatever, like you need to do all those things as well, because that's your responsibility. But it's like everyone is, one, different, and then two, there's no right or wrong way to do anything, right? There may be things that you agree with or you want from a certain person, but that doesn't mean that any other person is necessarily obligated to do one particular thing that fits your image, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like,
or are you saying like everybody's kind of trying to get to the same spot? It's just your journey there is different.
In a sense, because my point being is, right, like, I'm a dad. When you're a dad, it's going to look a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%,
Like,
100%.
by no means would I want, like, your wife to be like, oh, well, like, why can't you be like Michael? Or, like, why can't you be like so-and-so? Or, like, this is what I feel like is, like, the standard. Like, you're a dad, so you have to do X, Y, and Z. It has to look like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, that's incorrect, you know? And then from there, to take that image and be like, well, you don't fit this image, so I'm not going to be a loving wife, is what I'm really getting at. You know what I mean? Like, the whole transactional thing where it's like, all right, bro, like, who even says you're fucking right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I understand having standards, but at the same time, having standards does not mean you're right. It just means that you want things to look a particular way, and even that of itself isn't always how things are gonna go and how they should go, because you want it that way. You know what I mean? Especially if you have no source.
I think that's another reason why a lot of, like, I guess dating is bad right now. Just because of, like, I feel like a lot of guys don't have standards, and a lot of women have overinflated standards.
Yeah, I
and
can see
it's
that.
just like, dude. And that's why I always tell guys, I'm like, bro, you need to have some more standards for yourself. Like, there needs to be non-negotiables with a woman. Like, I feel like a lot of dudes will say they have, you know, their locker room talk and whatever. They'll have standards, but then when the rubber meets the road and it's finally time to, like, exercise those standards to that girl, he won't do it.
Yeah,
He'll be like, oh, nah, it is what it is. And so, with the whole, like, standard thing, I feel like a lot of women are doing, the reason why they can't really find, I guess, the guy that they're looking for, if you will, I feel is just because like you said, if the guy does not fit this standard that they have, and it's crazy because it's ever changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
never stagnant. It's never a
yeah.
thing where it's one set of standards and it's like, all right, cool, does he meet those? Because they always use the term checking off boxes.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, sweetheart, you're never going to find a guy that checks off all your boxes. You want to know why? Is because those boxes, you keep interchanging them and
Yeah.
switching them out. You know what I mean? Thinking like it's going to work.
Yeah.
And it's like, once you meet a guy that does fit all those boxes, well, guess what? You just changed all the boxes. So now he doesn't fit all the boxes anymore, even though he would have been a perfect guy for you.
Yeah.
And then what men need to do is men need to fucking start putting boxes in.
Yeah.
Because they just leave it blank and they just hope, whatever girl comes, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Whatever. And I expect her to be hot and I expect her to be submissive. I expect her to not have this and that.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, that's just not the way it works, bro. It's like, what I'm really kind of getting at is like, you should have standards and non-negotiables, but at the same time, those standards should honestly be like, how would you say it? The standards should fit a mold to the person that I guess that you're dealing with at the time.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
because not everybody is going to fit like that arbitrary. Like, sure, there are certain things that you can have standards for, whether it be like, a lifestyle, or it may be like, and we're talking about lifestyle as far as getting in the gym, or if he, travels or whatever that case may be, lifestyle monetarily, whatever. Like, there are certain things that, you could just put in that and you're like, okay, this is like a non-negotiable for me. But there's other things in life where it's just like, his religion, you know what I mean? Like, that should not be something where it's just like, you're not the same religion as me. Nah, good. I'm good. No thanks. It's like, no, you should be able to just be like, I respect that you believe that, but personally, I don't believe that, is what it is. Same thing with like politics. I really don't think politics should be a reason to not date somebody. I think that's really dumb. It's like, bro, this is bull crap that happens to everybody, and we as people just have no we have no dealings with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you can vote and you can do this and you can do that, but it's just like, why put that into your relationship when there's so many other aspects to a relationship that make a better partnership, that make a better connection, in my opinion. I just think a lot of people look at it like, oh, what's hot on the internet? Okay, do they agree with me with what's hot on the internet or do they not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I feel a lot of people go based off of dating. So, and it's guys and girls. They do this dumb shit where they're just like, oh, like right now, politics is like the biggest thing. You know, that's the big thing on the internet. And so a lot of people are like, oh, you know, do you like Trump? And it's just like, you know, think he's an alright guy or whatever. It is what it is. He's president. I can't do nothing about it. And then they're like, oh, okay, no, I won't date you because you have tolerance. You have to absolutely hate him. And it's just like, okay, like it doesn't matter if I like the dude or I don't like the dude.
Yeah.
I can't control that he's in there or not or what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah.
Like this has nothing to do with our relationship or our connection to each other.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that's so weird in my opinion. I'm like, huh. Why would you put so much value on something that really doesn't matter between the two of you?
So I see what you're saying, and there's like a couple points I wanted to hit on where, for instance, what you were talking about like changing the check boxes or whatever, they call that in business moving the goalpost. Where you fucking. Yeah, you can do this to get promoted, and then they're like, "Oh, well, you did 100 units. Actually, let's make it 120 just to be sure, because I know you can do it. You know, you hit 120, and then from there, right? That is 100% for some reason what women do.
Yeah.
The next point I was gonna get into was I forget what I was gonna call it, but the point was like you have a like progress bar, if you will, of what you find to be your standards, right? Where it's either like 0% met, 100% met, right? And then each one of your check boxes gets either a bigger portion of that load bar or a smaller portion of that load bar moved over, right? And so from there, it's up to you what you want to really think about as like what progress do I want to get it to in order to keep the relationship, and where does it fall below to where I would end it, right? If it's like, if I get to 50 and I like, I'll be satisfied with 50% full there, then perfect, you know, or if like, hopefully it's not below 50, but you get the idea, right? Hopefully it's around like 80%. It's like, all right, 80% filled. No one can get me to 100, and I know that, so I don't really care.
And that's exactly the point that I was trying to make. It's like, not everyone is going to fit all that criteria. You're never going to have that 100% bar full. And I would argue if you do, as a woman to a man, like if you find a man that fills that 100% progress bar,
probably still gonna cheat, but
he's gonna have multiple women. Like there's just no doubt about it. Like he's gonna want multiple wives. He's gonna want concubines and all that bullshit. It's just the way it is. There's just not enough of those guys to go around, and so and then every other girl sees that too. Like, oh, he's 100% my bar. So. Yeah.
And then that's like to your point about the politics or like religion or whatever, right? Like the only way I could see it being a problem is like beliefs can be different, but it's the personality that comes with those beliefs, right? Like some people are die hard, dude. Like if you fucking like you said, dude, like some people are just so like dug into the idea of like, you know, like say they're talking to you and they're like, oh yeah, like I'm like Catholic or something like that. You know? And then you're like, okay, yeah, like that's fine. I'm not Catholic or like really religious or whatever, like yada yada yada, or I'm Buddhist or whatever. They're like, oh, dude, you know, like they say Buddhism fucking I don't know like too much about Buddhism, but like say like there's a belief in my culture that's like Buddhists like to hurt little kids, you know, and I can't date someone like that. Do you agree with hurting kids? Well, I do practice Buddhism, but like that's actually one thing that I don't like agree with. And it's like, all right, from there, like you guys can part ways, right? But or not part ways, but like still agree to like not have the same beliefs but still have a good relationship.
Yeah, you have an open-minded conversation about like, oh, okay, you know, that's good.
But like I'm saying, on the flip side of that, there are people that have like political views or like religious views or whatever that are like, yeah, dude, like I wholeheartedly believe in slaughtering children because of my religion. Like, you know what I mean? It's like all around, I'm a great dude, but like, I just want to slaughter children too. Yeah. And it's like from there, it's like, all right, you know what? Like, I could see where like if you date like so many people of the same religion or the same political beliefs, and they all are doing that, I could see where you're like, all right, if you're doing this, this may be a red flag, so I gotta be open about it now,
Yeah.
Whereas like you're saying, when it's those extremes of like you don't absolutely hate them, I can't, fuck with you. Then it's like, all right, well, that's different.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's just like, bro, I'm talking, obviously, when it comes to extremes, yeah, you know what I mean? I would agree. Like, yeah, I wouldn't date somebody who's kind of a hardcore extremist.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think majority of people kind of fall in that, like, they're like more center left or they're center right. They're not like full on, and my thing is like, I would look at certain things and I would just be like, that if you believe that, then that's cool. I have no problem with that. If I believe the opposite, then I believe the opposite. I wouldn't let that be a deal breaker for me, though, is my thing. I would just kind of look at it. I would come into it open-mindedly and just be like, yeah, no, like, let me hear about it, and I would just listen. I wouldn't even like give my points or nothing like that. I would just listen to him. Like, oh, okay. Well, hey, I can see why you believe that. You know what I mean?
So you're saying like in the event, like you were going to date a girl and she was racist, not to any of your like races that you're mixed with, but like just racist in general, to like say, like, yeah, just say like, we'll say like Asians or something like that. You'd be like, oh yeah, like I don't agree, but like we can still date. Yeah,
because I look at it like, this, because obviously I'm Asian. You know what I mean? I'm Japanese.
Yeah.
And so my thing I would ask them. I would sit there and be like, hey, would you date somebody that is part Japanese? And if they were like, oh yeah, I would, I just, don't fucking like them ching chongs or whatever. You know what I mean? I would just be like, okay, well, why is it that you don't like them? Oh, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, I completely understand. It is what it is. Because I have things about people that I don't like either, whether it's groups of people, whether it's this and that. And so that's why I kind of look at it like, technically everybody's racist, if I'm being real with you. It's just, are you maliciously racist, or are you more of just like you understand, patterns and things like that? Because if I'm being real, it depends what it is that, she doesn't like about Asian people. It's like, do you not like Asian people because they slaughtered your mom? Or do you not like Asian people because, I don't know, they steal your jobs or something? I don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, are you being malicious about it, or is it a thing where it's just you just have a grievance toward it? You know what I mean? Because if you have a grievance towards certain things, all right, it is what it is. But obviously, it's that extreme. If it's to that extreme, it's like, obviously, yes, I would not. If she's just like, if I saw an Asian person, I would shoot him in the face right now. Then I'd be like, whoa, hold up, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But that's the realistic versus the extreme.
Right.
You know what
right.
I mean? A lot of people like to go to the extreme. That's fine, because there are people who will take it to the extreme. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, I think majority of people, like you said, we're gonna stay in the same thing.
Yeah.
The girl is racist towards Asian people,
right?
And I'm Asian.
Yeah.
So it's a thing where it's like, majority of people that are like that are gonna be in the more realistic category, where they're not like, if I saw an Asian person, I would shoot him in the face right now.
Right.
Majority of them are gonna be like, I don't like X, Y, and Z about him. And I'm like, that makes sense. It is what it is, because I feel like all cultures and all races, they have something. They have bad apples in them. They have certain things about their race that, they're like, damn, man, you making, you're making Asian people, you're making Asian people look bad. You're making Mexicans look bad. You're making black people look bad. You know what I mean? We all have that group of people where it's like, damn, we don't fucking claim him.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I feel that, racism, if you will, in quotations, exist, because they don't like those groups of people. You know what I mean? Like, we'll take the black community, for instance. You know what I mean? Everybody always says, oh, there's a difference between black people and niggas. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, for me personally, I love black people, but I hate niggas. Yeah, let's just be real. Like, I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with you. Like, I love black people, but I hate niggas because they make the race look bad. They're the reasons why the stereotypes exist. They perpetuate the stereotypes and do all that kind of stuff while we're over here trying to be successful and trying to do things, start businesses, help black-owned businesses out, do all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, we look at them and we're just like, bruh, fuck you doing? You making us look bad. And so that's why you could call that being racist. Like, I'm being racist to black people. You know what I mean? Just in the way that she's being racist to Asian people. Because, I don't know, she don't like Kung Pao chicken or some shit.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's what I mean. Is like, I think as long as it's not to that fucking extreme, yeah, I could date you. Oh, you don't like Asian people because you don't like the bad apples of the Asian people. Makes sense. I probably wouldn't like them either. Fuck them ching chongs. You know? And so,
but arguably that's not even really being racist if you just don't like bad apples of all groups, because then bad apples are just bad apples. You know what I mean? Like, every race has, like you said, bad apples, and like no one's gonna end up liking them. So like, that's arguably in a way not racist. It'd be more so of like the idea of like, no matter who it is, I treat them wrong. Like for example, like, she finds out you're Japanese and she's like, well, I don't think they're as smart as they're supposed to, like, they're put out there to be, right? So she every time talks to you like you're a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh yeah, like, let's go ahead and buy some like groceries and stuff like that. And she's like, oh babe, like, you don't worry about that, like, I'll go handle that stuff. And you're like, all right, like, why are you talking to me like that? You know what I mean? Like, that kind of like that racist where it's like all of the Asians that she deals with are always treated that way by her because like I'm saying, you know, like in the event where it's like bad apples are bad apples because no one likes bad apples, but like what I mean is like holistically the group of like Japanese or Korean or like Indian or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? And she treats them differently because of like her thoughts and her ideas behind their race as a whole is what I'm more so getting at. You know what I mean?
I see what you mean. Yeah. I mean, in one way it's an extreme, in another way it's not.
Right.
Just because in the grocery store example that you just gave,
yeah,
like, that's something where in a relationship though, you could stop that from happening just by controlling the dynamic of the relationship. Like, if you control the frame in that relationship, she's not going to have that purview of you because you control the frame so well in the relationship. She looks at it like, oh shit. Because a lot of times people who view that way, a lot of times they view it because of their parents or because of people, you know, they always say, you know, your racism is taught, not genetic. And so it's a thing where if I control the dynamic in that relationship and she understands like, you can't talk to me like that. You know what I mean? You show me respect or else this, you know, this shit ain't flying. I think that she wouldn't go that far with me just on the fact that she understands the dynamic of the relationship. Like, oh no, this is my leader. No, this is my guy. You know, this is the guy that, you know, I follow. I wouldn't disrespect him in that way. Now, here's where I say it's more of like not an extreme, because that doesn't mean she's not going to do that to other people. Right. You know what I mean? Like in the video we're about to watch, it's where it's like, if we're walking and she sees an Asian person and she spits on him or some shit, you know what I mean? And you're just like, what the fuck, bitch? What are you doing? You know? And now I got to fight this Asian dude. You know what I mean? He kicks me in the face. Yeah. So I understand it, but I think nowadays we are so multicultural to the point where I don't think there are people that are racist to that level anymore unless they're like older. Like how you were saying on last week's episode where old people need to get beat the fuck up, because they do. They do. Because I truly feel old people, and I'm talking 55 plus. I'm not, he was, I think you said something like 65 or something like that. You were, something older. Yeah. But honestly, I would say about 55 plus. And the reason why I say 55 plus is because they're the ones that are still perpetuating the bullshit. The younger generations aren't. The younger generations, they look at it like, bro, we're not hating black people. We're not hating fucking Mexican people. We're not hating people. Like, I would argue more white people want to be black than black people want to be black.
More white people want to be black than black people want to be black? Yes. Yeah, okay, yeah. That I could somewhat see that.
Yes, because they love the culture. They love the food. They love the women. Let's be real. They think they white dudes love them some women. Yeah, I mean, they love some black women. It is what it is. And so that's my thing is like we live in a world now where we're so multiculturalized that I just don't think racism to that degree that you said. I just don't think that's a thing anymore. And now it's the old people that I think perpetuate that. They teach that. And that's why I say, racism is taught. It's not genetic, to where it's like, if you look at babies and you look at little kids and stuff like that, they're going to play with each other regardless of their skin color. Right. They're not going to sit there and be like, oh, black baby, no, I don't want to play with you. Oh. They're not going to do that. But if their mom and dad was just like, oh, black baby, no, play with black baby. And then obviously they're going to sit there and they're going to be like, oh, okay, no black baby. Okay. Oh, black baby. You know what I mean? And so that's why I say I think it's the old people that are fucking perpetuating this bullshit, and they need to get beat up for that crap, because it's like, bro, we're not in that time no more. It ain't the 1950s no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, black people have a lot, have gone so much further. It's like that ideal and way of thinking, it should be gone, should be done. But I think because that generation of people are still they're I think perpetuating that shit.
And I think we could talk about this all day.
Oh, we could.
The point is like, we kind of went far and right, but like what came to mind is like, I guess in a way it is old people that passed on those like traits, but then I also feel like it's a level of intellect as well, because I have met people that are to that extreme of like, you know what, like you're actually like dumb, dense, or like you have a lack of emotional control because like you're black, white, whatever, right? And then it's like, that's just kind of stuff that they learn to associate because of like their small-mindedness. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I seen one black person getting mistreated on the side of the road, and then he blew up. So now all black people must be angry because him and his homies all got pissed off at this guy yelling the N-word on the street. You know what I mean? It's like, there's also like a level of intellect involved with it, where it's like, I mean, you talk to a lot of old people. They're pretty dumb in the first place, you know. They are. Can't figure out VCRs. Yeah. Can't figure out take your card out the goddamn reader.
Oh, yeah. It's just
it's big ass letters says take your card out, bro. And what do I do?
Yeah.
What's that noise? You're like, sir, get the fuck out of line, dude. Fuck.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Or like, hey, young man, can you tell me where the produce is? Miss, you're standing in the produce section. Yes, but I don't know where the cucumbers are. All right, look, miss, if you turn 180 degrees, look right there, you'll find the cucumbers. Oh, thank you, young man. I don't know why they got to change the layout of this store and make things so confusing. And
that's mad facts, bro.
Go home. Just order, have your grandson or your son order on the goddamn app for you, dude. You don't need to be out in public making shit hard for everyone else.
They're just, no. My groceries coming through the telephone?
Yeah.
How is that? How does that happen? No. You're just black.
Yeah.
You believe that the food can come through the phone? God dang it. This is why we need segregation.
And it would be the old people that talk about like, I want my grocery list to be mailed to the store so I know the clerk got it and they know exactly what my list is, and then they're gonna mail me through the postal station a receipt of what I ordered, and it's gonna be handwritten, and like we're not in the fucking olden times. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm so against the whole like what is it? Like, listen to your elders because they have like wise knowledge and all that shit. Yeah, I'm like, no.
I always beat the shit out of our elders.
I tell people all the time. I'm like, no, bro, no. Don't listen to like older people. Don't, because their viewpoints in the way of the world is so far behind, because they look at it like, oh, this is how it was when I was your age.
Yeah.
And this is how it should be. And it's like, no, bro, that's not the way the world works right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you being older, sure. Yeah, you got a little more life experience, but your life experience is so outdated, it doesn't work. It's like, I'm going to use a great example. It's like if your grandpa came to you, right, and was just like, oh, you're looking to get a girlfriend, Sonny? All right, all you got to do is just buy her an ice cream and take her to the sock op, and she's going to fucking love you forever.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you can't take a bitch to an ice cream shop. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You take a girl to an ice cream shop, and she's just like, oh, really? You know, just an $8 ice cream? That's it? That's what you think I'm worth?
Yeah,
like,
an
no.
awful woman would say that, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. There was a whole list. There's a whole list of places you couldn't take a girl, and ice cream was on it. So I'm just saying, it's like you can't do that thing anymore.
I guess, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It,
Yeah,
dude.
you just can't do that anymore.
No ice cream for you. Fuck it.
Hey,
You know
that's what I'm saying.
Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna enjoy ice cream, me personally, but
Facts.
you don't want ice cream because like I'm buying it for you. That's kind of stupid. You know what I mean? But you know, whatever.
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you remember the list.
Yeah, I vaguely remember it. I don't remember
You
everything on
couldn't-
there, but
yeah, but I know ice cream was on there.
Yeah, ice cream was on
and
there.
bowling and movies and shit like that.
yeah,
and
and they
it's-
also had that ick list for a little bit too, where like
Yeah.
if you drop coins or something, you weren't a man, or I don't know, dude. No shit. That's
fuck you dropping coins.
Yes.
You being a
drop
bitch.
coins, and they're like, imagine your man drops coins and he bends over to pick them up, and that's an ick, bro.
bruh.
That's a fucking ick for some of these women,
Bruh.
where it's like, I can't even drop fucking coins.
I saw one video of this
thank
girl.
God. I don't
this
have a-
girl,
I don't
like,
have coins.
she was videoing her man, and he was walking in the water, and he's like, you know,
Yeah.
he like wade in the water, and
Yeah.
she was just like, ick.
Oh, my
Why is he
God.
walking like that? And I'm like, oh, come on, dude.
Yeah.
We can't just walk in the water.
Yeah, yeah. This is the same man that if he Batista bombed the shit out of you, you wouldn't survive. You know what I mean? It's like you get the ick, but like what is so icky that this being that would fuck you up still?
Right?
And I'm not saying let's have violence against women.
No,
but what
no,
I mean
no.
is like just because you see him in a certain light doesn't mean he's still not a protector. He can't provide for you of things of that nature.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, just because he walks funny in the water doesn't mean he
Everyone
can't.
walks funny in the water, bro.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
fucking water. How you supposed to look manly walk? And that's the same shit like walking downhill too, like trying to
Yeah,
look manly
yeah.
walking downhill. You're like, bro, like that's not the scenario where you need to be like manly or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, you're just walking downhill.
I talked about this in another episode. What I think is a lot of books, like female written books, where they have like the male. The male protagonist, he has a very deep voice. He's
Yeah.
super buff, this and that. He can beat up people, but at the same time, he absolutely worships and kisses the feet of the woman and all this.
Yeah.
It's like you're not gonna get that in
Yeah.
a guy. Like
No,
he's
absolutely.
one way or the other.
Yeah.
He's either this super brooding fucking macho man, or he's the guy that kisses your fucking feet and he's an absolute bitch. Like you're just not gonna get that in both, or you're not gonna get both of those archetypes in one guy.
Right.
It's just not gonna happen. And I think a lot of women read these books and they think that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And it's just like nah, or they're just like, oh, see, he's in the book, so that means I can find him and
Yeah.
he exists.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
like no.
Yeah.
And the reason I know this is because I go over these books. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We read these books on the channel. We read these books on the pod. And a lot of times I've just noticed this type of archetype of guy, whether it's Haunting Adeline, it's Lights Out, it's Beautiful Venom. Doesn't matter which book it is. These guys are extremely like masculine, macho dudes, and then all of a sudden they're just like, I fucking worship you. Oh, I would kiss the ground that you walk on. Oh, you're my angel, sweetheart. And it's like, no.
Why the fuck
No.
would he think that way?
Yeah, he wouldn't think that way. He would just be like, you're my fucking bitch and you do what I fucking say. And if you don't, then I'm going to put this dick in you, baby, until you do. I'm just... I'm just saying, it's like, bro, you would get that side of him 24/7. You would not get the other side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, what the fuck, man? But yeah. All right. We've deviated enough. Yes.
Yeah.
Good conversation.
Good, great
bro.
conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
It gets the people thinking, you know what I mean? It's all good conversation. You guys let us know what you thought about everything that we've
Let
gone
us
over.
know down in the comments what old person you want to punch.
Exactly, because that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It comes down to old people perpetuating bullshit that happened forever ago, and it's like, bro, we ain't in Jim Crow no more. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Yeah.
They need to die. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna get into our next video, and did you want to explain a little bit of the video? Obviously we know, but obviously for the viewer.
Yeah, this is just what we talk about on the show, or actually we haven't really discussed this topic yet, but it's it does play into the stereotype or the fantasy land that some women have of being infinitely protected by their man because they have a man with them, you know? And it's just one of those things where I've seen a couple clips where, you know, a woman will be asked, like, oh, if I'm getting jumped by 30 dudes, like, I need my man to come fight them off, you know? And then, like, their boyfriend's sitting right there, like, what am I going to do against 30 men, dude? Like,
that's crazy.
That's insane. And
That's
this
crazy.
is along that premise, you know what I mean? So this is what we'll get into.
All right. Bro.
Just do it somewhere else. Honey.
Take my picture.
Take it.
In the car! The hell do you think this is?
That is annoying.
No, you don't get to make your own decisions. Stop. You don't run shit. You don't sit there and bicker old people. You hop in and you leave. We're sitting here ghost riding the whip in the neighborhood. Stop acting like we're not in the wrong. And then you're antagonizing him. If he goes and slaps you, I have to go grab him. You don't get to do that. If he gets in your face now, I have to fight him. So you don't get to act all big and bad when you're with your man. It's not funny. Now he's gonna call the cops, and now there's problems. Now I have to deal with it. And I told you, get in the car. You need to learn to listen to me. No, you didn't. You're talking shit to him. It's not a safe thing. I have to scream at you to get you in the car. You won't get in. You're sitting there talking shit to him. It's not okay to do that.
I get it. Just don't go too far.
I said 5 times, get in the car.
Okay.
You have this ego that you think it's okay.
People think we're doing something wrong.
We are doing something wrong. We're totally in the wrong. We're in front of his house.
Okay, I get it. Just please stop.
I need you to say next time that happens, I will listen to you,
I
Judah.
understand. Yes. I don't need to be yelled at.
Yes, you do.
No.
You wouldn't get in the car. I had to scream at
It's
you.
acceptable for me to yell at you.
Yes, if I'm not listening to you and you're arguing with a grown man,
Hey,
yes.
there's no reason for us to yell at each other. It's fine. I understand.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to see that man with his shirt off. But
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
No.
That's what I was getting at. Is like this man was this close to being perfect in frame on that video, right? Like there should be no reason for her to be cutting you off. Like I get it. Like you're not keeping frame there. You know what I mean? You had it up until a point, but that's just it comes with being clear and concise with your words. But my point is, right, the two things I was trying to take away from this video is like, women, do not think your husband, your boyfriend is this infinite protector where no matter what, you'll be fine because he's around. You know what I mean? You're just causing him more issues that aren't necessary, and also he may not be able to come back from. Like that gentleman explained in the video, like, say the old man is a concealed carry, you know what I mean? He slaps you because you're a female, but then he sees your boyfriend coming, he's like, I'm putting this man down.
Yeah.
Shoots him to death, you know what I mean? Like,
And you're like, oh my god,
why'd you do that? And it's like, all because you were running your fucking mouth, you know what I mean? And then two, for him, if you're gonna check your girl, right, you need to make sure that she's absolutely shut the fuck down, because her getting those little tag backs of like, I get it, like, stop talking, like, I don't like to be yelled at or whatever, or like him even saying like, if I'm fucking around, you could yell at me. It's like, no, dude, you're the leader in the relationship. There's no reason that you should be put in a position where your wife is checking you know what I mean, or your girlfriend is checking you know what I mean. You should just have the either emotional intelligence, the logical intelligence to read situations and handle them appropriately, and make sure that if she's fucking up, you let her know, like, hey, like, that's not okay, that's not what we're here to do. I shouldn't have to yell at you to get you to listen. Like, next time I fucking say something, like, you got to just do it, and then we're out of here. You know what I mean? Because you're not listening. You're not being safe for the both of us.
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. My ex-fiance, we were at the mall, and there was this fucking, like, dyke chick or whatever. She was trying to steal. And, you know, that she was getting into it with security and this and that. And she wants to be all nosy and looking over the racks, trying to see what's going on. And I'm like, hey, we're not fucking doing that. And I pull her out of the store. And I'm like, we're not doing that. We don't do that. And she's just like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. Oh, I'm just trying to see what. No, I'm not. No, because if she looks at you being all nosy and says, what the fuck are you looking at, and comes over here, well, guess what? Now I have to fight the person. Now I have to get involved in this, and I don't want to be involved in that. We're not going to do that. And, you know, she got mad and upset at me, but then realized, like, ah, shit, like, he's right. I'm putting him in danger by, you know, doing what I'm doing. And a lot of times, you know, you need to kind of be more stern than you do need to just, like, talk at or yell at your girl. The thing is, I get being in the moment and you're heated and all that kind of stuff. The fact that you have to get to yelling at your girl is crazy. Put action. Like, I would have just slowly started to drive off from her. I literally would have. I would have just, instead of screaming at her, I'd have been like, get in the car. And if she's like, no, I would have just slowly started driving off. And if she's like, wait, where you going? I'm like, get in the fucking car. Like, you don't have to yell. You can put action into where, and she wants to, you know, get mad. Oh, why were you driving off? Why are we gonna? We're not doing that.
Yeah,
we're not doing that. The thing about women is, if they're gonna mirror a lot of your energy, and when you mirror energy that they can't mirror back to you, they have to submit to that energy just because they cannot mirror that energy back to you. Sternness is an energy that women cannot mirror back to men. They just can't do it. Why? Because they don't have the physical size to do it. Men, we can stern back at each other all the time. Why? Because we're able to size each other up and we can actually fight. You know, I can be stern with him and he can be stern with me. But the thing is he can't, his wife can never be stern with him. The reason being is because physically she cannot fight him off. That is sternness. And when you're absolutely stern with your woman and you literally short, sweet, and concise what it is that you are trying to get across the table, a lot of times women then will submit to that because they're like, fuck, I got nothing to say back to that. Now, if they do and they want to be catty and stuff like that, ignore her. You know what I mean? At that point, you ignore her. You don't say anything to her. You let her have her cattiness. You know what I mean? Because the thing is the more you feed into that energy, the bigger that fire is going to get with a lot of women. And so by you just kind of ignoring a lot of that energy, it diffuses it. She wants you to say something back because she knows the more you say back, the more you're stoking that fire. Again, that's why I like to be stern with my woman, and I tell her, we're not doing that. We're not fucking doing that. And if she doesn't want to listen, cool, I'm walking away. And if you want to come walk up, you know, catch up with me, then you want to catch up with me. If you want to stay there, that's your business. You know what I mean? But know who drove you here. You know what I mean? Like,
there's probably women out there that, like, it's one. There's two things that like that sparks in me. It's like the idea of you talk about being stern and setting that standard, and women will be like, oh, well, you're gonna abandon me if, like, how can I, like, trust you or rely on you if you're just gonna abandon me? It's like, well, you follow my leadership or you're AWOL. And then if you're fucking AWOL, you know, or for people that aren't familiar with that term, if I'm leading and you decide, like, I'm gonna go do my own thing, it is not the leader of the group's responsibility to then chase after you and try to get you back in line, especially if they already set the standard of, like, hey, this is not what we do, we're gonna be on this mission, we're doing this, right? You deviating from that just means you want to be on your fucking own. And then a leader's like, I'm not gonna compromise the rest of what I got going on for you when you're not vital to the mission. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's why it's like, for people that are probably like, oh, you would abandon her, you would leave her, like, Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to get me killed in this scenario. Like I said, she pops off at the lip, slaps him around, or he slaps her around, and then he sees me coming. He's like, I'm concealed carry. I'm not
going to fight this younger guy than me.
I slapped her because she's a woman. I don't feel like she's a threat.
Yeah.
This man works out. I'm shooting him to death.
Yeah.
And then what? You're like, oh, well, at least he backed me up when I was popping off at the lip. And then what? A week later, you're going to go fuck some other dude and then have him get killed on your behalf too?
Crazy.
That's crazy work.
That's
and
crazy.
You think we're supposed to tolerate that kind of behavior? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. That's why I tell you once, right? And that's the second part I was getting into is like, you don't give more than one warning. More than one warning is just a permission slip to walk all over you.
Yeah.
You give one warning just to make sure the standard is set, a reminder of that standard. You don't fucking listen, you're on your own.
Yeah, because because the thing is if you don't say anything, she's like, oh, well, you didn't do anything. No, I told you to get in the car. You didn't want to listen, so I left you there. That is what it is.
Yeah.
I am not going to sit here and fight you. I am not going to sit here and have a conversation about this. If you don't want to get in the car, I'm driving off. If you want to get in the car and we can go, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
But again, and so that's why, like, seeing that video, I'm like, no, I've been in that exact same situation.
Yeah.
You know, I know what it's like to be in that situation. And I know how to exactly handle that. You know what I mean? Because again, you want to stay in that leadership frame. You do not want to put yourself then on her level. You know what I mean? You want to stay. That's why you walk away. That's why you're just like, okay, cool. You don't want to follow leadership? Bye. I'm walking away then. You know what I mean? If you want to get back in line, then we can do that. If you don't want to do that, hey, that's fine. That's on you. You're an adult. You made your choice.
Yep.
You know? So I do not know what this video is about. So maybe I think you sent this one, right?
I'm pretty sure I did. I just kind of this is
Okay.
So another premise of the older generation just spewing bullshit. I wanted a little bit more evidence backing up what I was talking about, because a lot of people are like, yeah, like, respect your elders. You know, you shouldn't be rude to old people because they're the foundation. Yada, 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 right?
Yeah.
But the point is, too many people let shit like this slide. And
There was some great comments, though. They were just like, so should I beat up my grandma? There were some good fucking comments. I won't lie.
Yeah.
They were like on my way to beat up my grandpa and shit. I was like, bro, these dudes are stupid, bro.
Just make sure you get their mac and cheese recipe before you beat the shit out of them. You know.
You guys are absolute trolls. That shit was funny. I was like, all right, man, all right. Okay, so let's get on into this video right here.
Do what?
Just get yourself out of here.
Or
you
what?
can still walk.
If I don't get out, what's gonna happen?
What?
You said if I don't get out, you gonna do what?
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Why? I'm not even bothering you.
Yeah.
You're in my apartment.
I'm visiting somebody else.
What?
I'm visiting somebody else.
Get yourself out of here.
All right, give me a minute.
Get yourself out of here. Officer Sonson? Come on, I got a hot one here. Yes. Yes, I'm in my room.
Yes, I'm in my
Thank
room.
you.
She's an officer champion.
You said you gonna do what?
I got me a blackie in here.
Yeah.
I got me. See, this is the shit that I was exactly fucking talking about, bro. It is old people that perpetuate racism. It's not the younger generation. It's not people that are in between the ages of 18 and 40. Or even like 49. Like, it's just not. It's old fucking people, bro. Old people don't like black people. Old people teach kids to be racist, bro. That's it. This video proves me empirically that it is old people. Like I said, white people want to be black more than black people want to be black, bruh. It just is what it is. Like, people love black culture. People love black soul food. They love BET and all that shit. Like, what the fuck are we talking? White women love dating black men. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? And that's what I'm saying. It's like, old people are perpetuating this bullshit, and they're spreading this crap out. And it's like, she's a perfect example of that. I guarantee you, she grew up in Jim Crow. Yeah. I fucking guarantee you. Yeah. When she was a little girl, she grew up in Jim Crow, and so she thinks like, no, that's the way it should be. When I tell a black person to leave somewhere, they should just leave because I'm white.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so she thinks that that's the way the world should be, and it's like, no. And I guarantee you her grandchildren would sit there and I would hope they would be like, oh, grandma, what the fuck? No. Like, you can't say that. You can't do that. But I would at the same time argue that her kid or her grandkids or even her kids probably think that way because she taught them to think that way.
It's a possibility for sure.
Yeah. And so it's like, bruh, they need to go.
Yeah.
They need to fucking go. 55 plus, y'all need to go.
For me, it's wild, right? This is a CNA, right?
She's a nurse.
She's a nurse.
Like,
right?
what the fuck?
She's helping someone else out here in the room that they're staying in, right? And so she's like, for whatever reason, her initial response to that is, you need to get out while you can still walk. And it's like, what the fuck does your old ass think you're gonna do in this scenario where I'll be fucked up? She said it. She was like, facts. If you don't leave, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And I'm like,
I think what she meant by that was, I'm gonna get somebody to beat
I think
you up.
so.
Because that's why she was like, Officer Sampson,
yeah.
I got one here.
Yeah.
I got me a rowdy Negro. Come on in here. Like, bro, what do you... And I guarantee you, Officer Sampson came in there and was just like, fuck is going on? Like, who's in here? And she's just like, that one right there. You mean the nurse, ma'am? You mean the nurse?
His name's probably not even Officer Sampson, whatever the fuck. She's probably just remembering someone from back in the day.
Facts.
Because she has dementia, and she's over here like, this is the only officer that ever existed. Is Officer Sampson, Swanson, whatever the fuck. And yeah, so they probably answer the phone like, oh, yeah, that's in your room? All right, we'll go right now. Yeah, there ain't no fucking Officer Swanson coming, stupid. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Fucking
like,
Dolores in room 5 again. Screaming at the black employees.
Yeah.
God damn it, man.
Yeah, dude.
We need to get this racist bitch out of here, bro.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. There just needs to be like a code where it's like, all right, you're a nurse. Handle it as you see fit. Beat the shit out of her. Make sure she... Make sure she stops popping off at the lip, you know. Fuck, dude. That's someone's granny just being openly racist, openly bigot, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And like, it's like, what, you're going to get mad that your grandma is harassing people in her old age? Like, no, shouldn't be racist. Shouldn't be dumb.
Suplex your grandma.
There's plenty of old people that don't have audacity like this. You know? Even in their older age, where my grandma, she's 91. She has no idea that I'm older than 19, but she still does not like there's no lick of malice in her body or like anger, you know what I mean? She's just like, oh, you know, like what you gonna go to college now, Michael? And I'm like, Grandma, I'm 30 now.
I've been there, done that, Grandma.
Out of all of that stuff, and she's like, oh, that's right. Okay, well, what are you gonna do when you get to college? And I'm like, you know what, Grandma? Like,
fuck bitches, get money, Grandma. Fuck bitches, get money, Grandma.
Yeah, she won't remember.
We're gonna do it up.
Yeah, you know, but that's what I mean. 91 years old, and she has no audacity in her body. You know what I mean? Whereas there's these younger 55 and up that like, get out of here, or else I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. And it's like, okay, we can test that,
right?
Yeah. Who said it? Don't try to cash a check that your mouth can't. You know what I mean?
Like, write a check here, your mouth can't cash.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Thank you for that. But beat the shit out of her. Then she's gonna be like, oh, I lost. It's all because whatever. It's like, well, how many times you like that fucking fish from SpongeBob? How many times you gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
Exactly.
Fuck, we will do it over and over again.
Oh my god,
dude, those fish from SpongeBob had the right idea, dude. They said beat the shit out of old people.
Bro, honestly,
perfect.
SpongeBob teaches you so we literally he's wearing Squidward socks right now.
I am.
And we literally were just talking about how SpongeBob teaches you so many fucking life lessons. It's stupid. Like everybody hates Squidward as a kid, and then you grow up and you just like, my nigga Squidward, bro. I feel
He was right.
I hate going to work too, bro. The only time that I am happy is when I'm at home playing my fucking clarinet, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like your clarinet can obviously be anything.
Whatever.
Yeah, whether it's video games, your business, whatever it may be. But
Yeah.
it's just like, it doesn't take away the symbolism of like, bro, the only time I'm happy is when I'm at home with my fucking clarinet, because Squidward never left his house.
Yeah.
Squidward stayed home. And what do we all do in our adulthood? We're all staying home.
Yeah.
We ain't trying to deal with the bullshit of the world, bro, because
And
work is enough.
Every time he left the house, he blew up. And I think he said in one of the episodes, like, this is why I don't leave the fucking house. You know what I mean? And
Facts,
it's
bro.
like, dude, that's what happens. Every time
Yeah.
you leave the house, you blow up. Probably because some old person's like, get out before I beat the shit out of you, or
Yeah,
whatever,
it's
dude.
the truth,
Fuck.
bro. It's the fucking truth, man.
Yeah.
It teaches you more life lessons than you realize,
Yeah,
man.
for
It
sure.
really does. All right, so this next video. Okay, I want you to put yourself not in the guy's shoes. Obviously, this is Caleb Hammer. He does a show.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need to give him an introduction. You know what I mean? He's a big financial channel and whatever. If you're looking to get your finances together, definitely look this dude up. So, there's a girl and there's a guy. They are not together, okay? She has a boyfriend that's back in wherever they live.
Right.
Okay, so put yourself in the position you have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're not Michael anymore. Your family is in a void and they're just kind of chilling.
Put him in the void
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah. Put him in there. You don't have a wife or kids or anything like that. You have a girlfriend, and she, without you knowing,
Okay.
she is still helping her ex-boyfriend monetarily. Okay, you don't know this. You don't know this. You're thinking everything's hunky dory. She comes over to your house. She makes you food for your work. She packs you your lunch. Da da da. You're like, I'm off, babe. You know, gives you a kiss. She stays at your house the whole time. You come back home. You know, y'all do y'all thing. Whatever. But before she gets to your house, you don't know that she goes to her ex-boyfriend's house, gives him a little money, cooks him some food, and then goes to your house.
Okay.
And so you don't find this out until she calls you on this show. It's going to be on the internet. It's a big platform. She's calling you and being like, oh yeah, I took my ex-boyfriend to this thing, to this financial audit thing, so that way we can get his finances in order, because I don't want to have to keep paying for all of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, you're doing what with all his stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So that is the context of this video.
Okay.
And they're, you know, because obviously in the clip it doesn't show you. I watched the whole thing,
Okay.
so I know the whole context to the video and stuff like that. But that's pretty much the premise of what's about to happen right now.
Bro, do you not understand? What the fuck? You make him lunch every day?
Almost every day if I don't wake up late. If I don't want to be late for work.
So
But-
you leave, do you live with your boyfriend?
No.
3.5 years? And you don't live with your boyfriend, and then you leave your parents' house and you drop off food to your ex?
Yeah.
So you don't live with your boyfriend
Right.
of 2.5 years.
3.5.
Of 3.5 years. But you leave your house every day to see him first thing.
My boyfriend's very self-sufficient. I don't need to do that for him.
That's not what I'm asking. That's not what I'm saying. You have a boyfriend of 3.5 years. And every day, the first thing you do in the morning is see him.
Oh, yeah. I know that for sure. It doesn't escape my mind.
Well,
I was here
you're
first.
the one doing it.
I was here first.
Are you trying to win your way
come
back?
on, don't even.
Are you trying? Who broke up with who here?
I broke up with him.
Well, no, that's not true. Initially, I broke up with you.
Oh, okay.
And how's the win back campaign gone?
There is no win back campaign.
Cap.
Stop the cap. Okay. That's
why he's
so, and then the financial entanglement. You say that's what the current boyfriend doesn't know?
Correct.
So you're saying he knows about the lunch every day.
Yeah, I think he knows I make him lunches every day.
I think.
This is a load of barnacles. Okay, and did he know about the late night Family Guy Futurama extravaganza?
I did not tell him that we were coming here.
Bruh.
Is that bad?
He won't watch it.
Are you actually kidding me?
I didn't want him to talk to me
You
about
don't
it.
understand what is happening right now?
Of course he was
This is
talking
the most
about
insane thing
it.
I've ever heard in my life.
We didn't tell anybody was coming.
I didn't tell my family either.
You don't have to tell them.
I think she told
But
one
your
person.
boyfriend that you're going with your ex that you drove all... Is there... Oh, we have to call this man.
No.
I don't know if it's going to be in the main show and the post show, but no, it's not an option. We're f***ing calling this man.
Oh man.
Excellent.
Yes.
So then I assume later in the episode he calls and then
Yes.
she spills the beans.
Yes. So that's why when he asked, does the boyfriend know that you go over to his house all the time? She's like, yeah, of course. When they call the boyfriend, he's like, no, I did not know that. When were you going to tell me this? So that is why I prefaced it with, you don't know that she goes over to his house, then goes to your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why I watched the whole thing, because I didn't want to just, take the information just from the clip. I watched the whole hour and a half long episode just to get the full context. And so, yeah, she has a boyfriend of 3.5 years. And she goes over to her ex's house, makes him food and does all the stuff, gives him money, and then goes to her boyfriend's house. And he has no idea that she's doing this every single day. It's not just once or twice a week. This is every single day.
Yeah. So I'd be like, who did the boyfriend talk to? The girlfriend or
The girlfriend, yeah.
Okay, I'd have been like, yeah. Let me talk to the host. All right. Yep. This is the host. All right. Yeah, brother. I appreciate what you're doing. You're actually a really great guy. I'm probably gonna subscribe to the channel. You can just let that bitch know that she's no longer welcome here. I know her days kind of get real jam packed. We're trying to balance two men at once, so let's just narrow it down to one. She can go ahead, stay with the ex-boyfriend, and
because she clearly does.
Yeah.
She clearly wants him back.
From there, I just wanted to say thank you personally. Don't put me on the phone back with her. I'm hanging up now. Hung up.
Yep.
Do my own thing. Thank God now that that's out of my life. Like I no longer have this happening behind my back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. And that's exactly. And it sucks because he didn't. Yeah, he was kind of a bitch. I ain't gonna cap. He was a bitch. He was.
Really?
Yeah, because he was just like, oh. I think he handled it well. You know what I mean? I think he handled it pretty well as far as like he didn't blow up on her or nothing. He was just like, so you're telling me you go to his house every day? And she's like, yeah, it's just for food and stuff like that. And da-da-da. And then Caleb, he's just like, no. Tell him about what happened, what you guys did. Because they got 2 separate hotel rooms, but apparently she went to go hang out in his room and they were just watching Family Guy. They were just watching Futurama. They were just hanging out watching TV.
Stop the cap.
I don't know about that one though, Chief.
Yeah.
That to me is the crazy part about it. It's like, bro,
She was watching in doggy style is what she was watching.
Exactly.
She was right. She was like, yeah, we were watching, but she didn't talk about like the position that they were in.
Yeah, because they weren't laying on that bed.
No.
And no. He was clapping them fucking cheeks.
Yeah.
Clapping those fucking cheeks.
And then she was like, I think he was like watching the TV. I don't know. It's hard to see him when he's behind me, but.
But yeah, bro,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
That's trash, honestly.
Yeah, that is wild. The fact that like, she thought it was okay.
Yeah.
She thought that was fine to do.
Yeah. And this brings me back to the idea of like things being transactional in relationships. You know what I mean? She is clearly getting something from this relationship with the ex-boyfriend that she's not getting with the current boyfriend. Otherwise, she wouldn't be doing this. So whether it's greed, the greed they talk about in the Bible, whatever the case may be, right? Whatever she's getting from him, I'm not gonna say it's the boyfriend's fault, but it might be her own greed that's getting to her, and from there I could see like her being the problem, and the boyfriend hopefully understood that it is her issue and she needs to get cut off from
Yeah,
this.
because I think she enjoys the like pendulum of the two extremes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She has one guy who is extremely stable. He's got his shit together and doing all that. When she craves that stability and all that, guess what? She can go to him. But when she wants that instability and that craziness and that, oh my God, I have to deal with this and take care of him. You know what I mean? Because women, for some reason, like that. They want the whole like, oh, my boyfriend is this. Oh my God, I hate him and blah, 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 and this and that. You're just like, what? But they want that. And so I guess when she wants that, she looks at it like, I have him for that. I have my ex for that. And this is why I would never date a girl who is friends with her ex.
Right.
Ever. I would never. I'd be like, you're friends with your ex? Okay, cool, bye.
Yeah.
No, I'm not dealing with that. Because he's waiting for his moment to come back. You know what I mean? And literally, the fact that I am leaving you on this date right now probably goes to prove that you'll probably go back to him tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why?
Same night, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're gonna feel hurt and upset and pissed off or whatever, and you're like, oh fuck it, I'm all frustrated, this and that, I'm just gonna go see him. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Prove my point right then and there.
Yeah, there's never a reason for women to have male friends while in a relationship.
There
you know
just
what I mean?
isn't.
If you're outside a relationship, cool. You might be vetting. You might be, providing value and getting value, whatever the case may be when you're single. But in the event that you're taken in a serious relationship, you shouldn't need other male friends for any fucking reason.
No.
So, and this, especially an ex-lover, right? Where it's like they say, you either didn't love each other from the beginning or you still love each other, and that's why you guys are still in contact. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, there's no reason for it. If she thought really, truly nothing was wrong with her behavior, she would have mentioned it to the boyfriend, and it would have been fine. But she understood, especially on the show where she was like, no, I don't want to tell him. She knew what she was doing was wrong, and that's why she was like, I don't want to tell him, but I still want to get what I can out of this, right? It's the certainty, uncertainty, like you said. There's 6 basic human needs. The first 2 are certainty and uncertainty, right? And so she had the certainty with the boyfriend. She had the uncertainty with the ex-boyfriend. She loved the combination. And from there, right, this is where she got in that conundrum. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
So it's just crazy stuff.
Yeah, because she bases this whole thing, like her justification for this, right, is she wants to help him build a budget, and Caleb also gives them tools to build their resume and all that kind of stuff and things like that. But my thing is yeah, you could have done this for him, but you could have sent him by himself.
Yeah.
He could have gone by himself. You didn't have to be there, be his mommy and hold his hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get cracked in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But you did.
Yes.
And the fact that you did and you went that far into it goes to show me that you still care about him, you still love him, and you still want to be with him. Even if it's a small part of you, it's still there.
Yeah, 100%.
Because if the shoe was on the other foot and he went with an ex-girlfriend to do this, and he was going to her house every morning, making her food and bringing her food and all this kind of stuff, giving her some money, and then going to your house, you would leave that man on the fucking spot.
Yes.
You wouldn't have even heard him out on the phone. You would have just been like, oh, that's what's going on? All right, cool, bye.
Yeah.
It's funny to me, and it's funny because I say this all the time, and I think about this all the time. Women expect men to be okay with the things that they would never be okay with if their guy did.
Yes.
They're just like, no, it's fine. What do you mean? It's not as bad as that. But if he did it, she'd just be like, okay, nope, I'm gone. I'm done leaving you. And it's like, bro, and it pisses me off because we're supposed to stay. Yeah. Which is fucking stupid to me. They're like, wow, you're stupid for leaving for that. Like, that's dumb. You guys could have worked it out, blah, blah. But if it was on the other foot, oh, you go, girl. You deserve better. Yeah. Oh, you don't need him to. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Huh? Like,
makes no sense.
Why can't I
double standard?
Yeah, why can't I choose myself, but she can?
Right.
Like, we were both in a shitty relationship. You know what I mean? But you're going to praise her for leaving, but not me?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? And that's what I hate, especially now in dating, because I get kind of, I guess, why would you say, I guess criticized a lot of times, because for me, I have very low tolerance for women. I ain't gonna lie to you. I got extremely low tolerance. The moment they do some fuck shit, I'm just like, all right, cool, done. I don't want to deal with you anymore. And a lot of people sit there and they're like, oh, but, you know, give her a chance. Oh, but, you know, she probably just said that because of X, Y, and Z. And it's like, no. I mean, my thing is, you know, when it comes from people, you know, that I love and respect and stuff like that, like if it came from him, then I'd give the girl a second chance. I'm like, all right, you know, it is what it is, like my boy. But if it's one of those things where like it's coming from just some old random Joe or just someone I'm acquaintance of or whatever, I'm just like, nah, bro, fuck that shit.
Yeah, get that shit.
Yeah, like I'm not about to sit here and do that because I know he's gonna have more of my best interest than an acquaintance will. An acquaintance, they don't care. They're just gonna give you, you know, fucking blanketed advice of just like, oh no, morally this is what you should do. Nah, bro, fuck you. But he's gonna give me advice that he knows is going to be in my best interest of like, nah, no, like Swan, I definitely think, you know, she was saying this or she did it because of this reason. Or he's gonna be like, nah, bitch, I agree with you, my guy. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's not going to sit there and give me something because it's morally correct or it's something that is societally correct.
Right.
No, he's going to look at my best interest and be like, nah, fuck that bitch. Or nah, maybe you should look at it this way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's the reason why I look at it like, you as a guy should never be shamed for wanting to leave, especially in a situation like this.
Yeah.
In a situation like this, bro, it's like, no, you're not an asshole for leaving. You're not a bitch for leaving. No, your girl's literally going over to another state, going on a podcast with her ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy talk.
Yeah.
No. No, we're not doing that. You're traveling with your ex at this point.
Yep.
Like, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But again, I guarantee you, if he does break up with her, it's going to be a lot of like, oh, well, you're messed up. Oh, she was trying to help that guy. And all she was trying to do was just this and that. And it's just like, miss me with that shit, dude.
Honestly, what kind of help do you need from a woman anyways? You know what I mean?
The fact that you need help from a woman goes to show.
You're
like,
just a weak man at that point.
Oh, of course. I mean, did you see him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He looks like that type of dude that just sits there. Like, I'm not surprised their relationship didn't work out. But see, I think it's one of those things where low-key, she's the type of girl where, you know, I think she like lost her virginity to this dude, or because he even said, he was like, oh, well, I was her first.
Yeah.
Oh, I was here first. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of times women will get into this situation where, you know, they are like, oh, you know, I'm so emotionally attached to him. Like I have to do everything, you know, because if I do all of this, it's like, it's the transactional thing. Like you talk about, if I do all of this and I get him on his feet, then he's going to be a greater guy. Because what I'm thinking is the reason why she's doing this is because she's like, I know one day he's gonna become a successful dude like I need him to be, and then I'm gonna leave my boyfriend and go back to him once he's successful and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. Yep.
That is exactly the reason why she's staying.
Yep.
She did, like, you're a placeholder boyfriend. 3.5 years of being a placeholder is crazy though.
And she's trying to build a bear right now.
Oh, 100%. 100%. She is building a man like a motherfucker. Yeah, she is building a man like a motherfucker. That's why she's doing all this shit. She's not doing it for his benefit. She's doing it for hers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy work, man.
Crazy.
You guys let us know what you think about all those videos down in the comments, man. Oh my goodness gracious. And everything we kind of talked about too, because I mean, we talked about a lot of shit, but that's what's great about these episodes, man.
Yeah.
You know, I bring my boy, the Rig 4 in, and, you know, we debate a little bit and throw little topics around, and, you know, we let you guys chime in as well, you know. So, patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast. Get the exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show like these lovely people did for today. All right. Audio listeners, thank you guys so much for all the support. You guys have been the absolute goats, and I appreciate you so very much. We are coming out every week, downloading the episodes, hanging out with your boys, all that good stuff. If you want to help out even more, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All of that is free, and it helps out tremendously. Follow your boy over here on at MikeLife333 for all of job inquiries or just advice or anything of that nature. And yeah, man, anything you want to add?
No, just, you know, stay Stay humble, stay motivated, gentlemen. We will eventually rise and do a lot better than some of these cucks that allow these things to happen, where 3.5 years of being a placeholder is not in any of your guys' future. And, hopefully we can just get more men doing better. But thank you guys for your support. You guys actually I love seeing the comments, the support that like comes out of you guys, because it is just some good. It really does makes me feel like I'm actually like doing something that people give a shit about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's all I could ever ask for, is just being able to like share my piece, share my advice, and then help people where I can. You know?
Yeah, man. Because I mean, he's been a big integral part of growing the channel. And it's been wild, the amount of growth that we've seen in the 3 months just from you being on the channel. And so to me, I look at it like, dude, we are definitely doing something that the people are enjoying.
Yeah,
you know what
for
I mean?
sure.
So we do appreciate that, and we love you guys so much. Let's get on into today's scenarios, though. Woo! The doctor's in town. Let's do it. Our first one. Am I the asshole for telling my girlfriend I would rather masturbate than have sex with her?
Yes.
Just off that title, what the hell do you think?
I'm pretty sure it's a porn issue, but yeah, we could get into this. Yeah.
All right, let's see what's up. I, 20 male, and my girlfriend, 21 female, have been dating since we were 16 and 17. When we started dating, we had sex once at least every 3 days, and we had regular makeout sessions and everything. But somewhere during the 1 year of dating mark, she started to not want to do it as often, which was fine by me. We still made out, and sometimes I got lucky, so things weren't that bad. I wouldn't die if I didn't get some action that week, but then university started for both of us. She went to another city, and I stayed home. When she came home, when she came home or I went to the city, we would always go on dates and sometimes do it, but it got rarer and rarer until about 2 years ago. We were both on summer break, and I tried to start something about 30 times, and all the times I got the same results. No, my leg hurts. I have a headache. I'm tired. I don't want to take a shower again, bro.
Stop the cap.
Bruh.
This is not an issue of your girl doesn't want to have sex with you. This is an issue of your girl is fucking someone else, bro. Like,
Yeah, she's bored of you is the problem.
She's fucking someone else, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if she's not fucking you, she's fucking someone else. My leg hurt is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wild. All right. The usual, so I just stopped. No, it's not after all. No is no after all. And I would respect it. We were still a couple. I still love her. We went on dates, visited each other, and everything, just no sex. This is where my masturbation started. I still need to relieve myself, so I started to jerk off once or twice a week. No big deal. And for 2 years, no problem. The last 2 months, I've spent doing Eurisms in another country. Okay. And she knew. We talked almost every night, and I shared loads of pictures and brought gifts. Because I was sharing a room, I didn't get to masturbate at all. No problem for me, that I thought. Then the day when I reached home came. I went home, no one was home, so I jerked it off for the 2 months just to relieve myself. For about 4 hours later, my girlfriend appeared. I welcomed her, kissed her, gave her the gifts, and we talked for some time until she got on the bed and said, I guess you need to fuck me to avoid getting blue balls. I looked at her and just said there was no need because I had just jerked off and was feeling good. Just tired from this. Said, no need. I just jerked the chicken. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm chilling. That's crazy work. I thought nothing of it. We hadn't had sex in years, so it made no difference to me, but she was dumbfounded. She said if I was for real, and I just replied that yes. In fact, that masturbated. I had, in fact, masturbated. She went to tears and asked if I still loved her. I told her, of course. Why wouldn't I love her? She then told me if I pretend or if I preferred jerking off or having sex with her. I didn't even give it a thought and replied instantly that I preferred jerking off. She was just like...
That's so good.
She was just like, so do you like jerking off or having sex with me? Jerking off. Jerking off all day.
Oh, yeah, easy. That's the easiest shit ever.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah, I got 30 bitches on my phone right now.
Why the fuck would I fuck you, dude?
Yeah. Like, we haven't had sex in years. Why would
Literal years.
Okay. I'm calling it now. I think this is what happened. They were in a relationship. She tried to monkey branch to another guy. She was having sex with said other guy. So then she stopped having sex with him. Yeah. Then, when you went on this excursion thingy, whatever, you come back. Guess what? Monkey branch fell. She had to go back to the other monkey branch she was holding on to. Mm-hmm. So she was like, okay, now that other monkey branch fell and I just went back to my other monkey branch, I will have sex with you now. Yeah. He looked at it like, well, guess what? I prefer jerking it off. Yeah. Because I haven't had sex with you in the last 2 years. Yeah. So now that I'm so good with just jerking it, I don't need sex from you anymore. And she's like, what the fuck? I still need sex, though. I was getting sex from the other guy, and now that I'm not getting said sex with the other guy anymore, I need to have sex with you now. And because of that, she fucked it all up. So it's like, bro, this ain't even like a situation about you. I think you are so oblivious to this that you think you're the problem. It's her, bro. Yeah. She's been cheating on you for the last 2 years.
You just couldn't see it. You weren't looking at it, right?
You were not, bro. Yeah. Like, you literally didn't know that your girl was fucking another man for 2 years. Yeah. And because this other man didn't take your girl serious, she went back to you. Mm-hmm. That's crazy work, bro. You're not the problem. I'm not reading the rest of it because it doesn't pertain.
Yeah, because you think about it, you went years without fucking this lady, and then she was like, now magically after you come back from this excursion, I guess you might have blue balls, right? She just magically wanted to bring up now she cares about you. No, she wasn't thinking about it before when you got denied 30 times in a goddamn row. And then now, magically, after years of no sex at all, she's just like, oh, you know what? Actually, I do want to have sex with you. No. It's like he said, and that's why I was like, dude, I fucking picked it up.
Oh, 100%.
Because
100%.
It's just, it was right in front of your face, dude.
Yeah.
She was like, my leg hurts. And you're like, what the fuck that got to do with me clapping your cheeks?
Yeah.
What the fuck that mean?
You're laying there. You're not doing shit. I'm doing all the work.
I'm doing shit. You should have caught on, but you didn't, which is, whatever, right?
It is what it is.
But like the ultimate get back, and you didn't even know, was when she was like, she's in tears. She's like, do you like jerking off more than you like fucking me? And you're like, yeah, jerking off. Dumbass lady, stupid ass lady. She thought for years at a time you were just not having sex whatsoever, or like not busting nuts whatsoever.
Because she was just like, oh, I know you have blue balls from the last 2 years, so I guess you're gonna want to fuck me. It's like, bro, are you serious? You're dumb. You're fucking dumb.
Holy shit. Yeah, no. You might as well just end it there, bro.
Yeah, you might as well end this relationship,
You're not an asshole.
No.
You got used to this, right? And like, it's not something you can it's unrecoverable from. You'll break up with her, still jerk off, and then once you find a new girl, you'll see like how into you she is. You're like, all right, that's actually a lot hotter than what I was doing.
Oh yeah. Because once you find a girl that actually wants to have sex with you and she's initiating and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna jerking off is gonna be a thing of the past. I'm real with you. Yeah, you're gonna be like, oh shit, I'm right back into sex, baby. But like, that's what happens, is these relationships kind of push you into that, because we're men. We find alternatives, we find solutions to problems. It's what we do. And so bro, the fact that you didn't see that though in the last 2 years, to me, is crazy. And I guarantee she was just like, I got away with this, baby, like, let's go.
Yeah, especially because from 16 to 21, what is that, that's 5 years.
Yeah, bro.
5 years. You guys are young. You know what I mean? Like you said, like you're like, 2 to 3 times a week or whatever. Like for her, it's the same libido. Like you're saying at your guys' young age, her libido just slowed down randomly. No, she was getting dicked down by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she was like, damn, dude, he actually don't fuck with me anymore. I guess, right? You had blue balls after these couple years or whatever. No, I just jerked off. I feel great, dude. Next question.
Yeah, right. Next question.
Get that shit out of here. No, next idea. You thought it was absolutely
yeah,
not.
because what the other dude did, or what she did with the other guy, is she was just like, "What are we?" And he was just like, "We're just fuck buddies." Like, you thought
What
this
kind
was
of question is that?
You thought this was gonna be a relationship?
No.
You thought I was fucking you for the last 2 years because I loved you?
No, dude.
No.
And guarantee when you went away on your excursion, right? Your Eurus or whatever the fuck it was called.
I don't know, bro.
That's when it happened. That's when she was like, "He's gone. What are we?" You know, and then he was just like, "What the fuck, bitch? No!" And then she cried and was like, "At least I still have one monkey branch, you know." And then she was like, "I'm so excited. Let's fuck when you get back, you know." And then he was like, "No, jerked off. Next question." Oh my god! Yeah, brother.
Yeah, bro.
No matter what that bitch says, she cheated on you. She was
100%.
cheating.
Yeah.
She wanted a monkey branch back to you. Don't listen to her.
No.
Just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah. Don't listen to her at all. No.
Yeah.
Fucking get the fuck out of there, bro.
100%.
All right, let's get on to our next one. What do I do? I, 30 female, started dating a judge, 46 male, met on a dating app, and I need advice. Okay. So I need your advice, Rig 4.
Okay.
I am 30 and spent 11 years in a relationship hoping he will propose. He didn't. He was consistently unemployed too and asking me money for him and also for his brother. I didn't break up sooner because of fear. I was scared I cannot start over. It's too late. I was 29. Finally, at 30, I was done. I never used dating apps, but a friend talked me into it. I am 30, so I put my age range to 32 to 46. I matched with this exactly 46-year-old, well-groomed, neat, clean-cut look and blue eyes. I didn't know what his job is, as he didn't list it. We started talking and we had so much in common. That's actually a really good thing to do too, is not to put your job on a dating app, because if you guys remember that episode a long time ago, it creates that like, ooh, I wonder what this guy does. Because a lot of times what people will do is they'll look at you and assume what you do. And a lot of times girls, when they find you attractive enough, they assume you do something like better than you actually do.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a W right there. And, just drop a little gem for you guys. I didn't know what his job was, and because he didn't list it. He started talking, and we had so much in common. We like the same movies. Both of us regularly swim to keep in good shape, and even read similar books. After 2 days of talking, he invited me out. He then told me he is a judge. It wasn't to brag, but we talked about our jobs. I am an accountant, and he said he didn't feel comfortable enough to pull that info on his profile or put that info on his profile. I get it. Nah, he knew what he was doing. Nigga's 46. He know the game. He just didn't want to tell you that. He is divorced and has a 4-year-old daughter, which I don't mind. At my age, it's normal to find divorced people and people with kids. So we started dating. 2 months already, and I adore him and how confident and manly he is. Old school too. Opens the door for me, brings me flowers, and I cook for him every day. I didn't even know how to cook before I met him. Only very basic stuff. Well, see, that's good. He passed you the baton and you fucking took it and knew how to run.
Yeah.
He said he wants children, and I want two. For men, it's not that difficult to have kids in their 40s, but my friends, all girls, are concerned with the big age gap and with his career. They're fucking jealous. They said a man with a good career and success is not a good man, usually, and will abuse me. They also call me naive because this is the second man I've ever been with. They have much more experience than me and constantly repeat that. I feel it's too much. He is good to me. I am more concerned about the children thing, though. What do you think?
You stupid.
The very first couple questions I have for you is, are your friends in happy marriages?
They're probably not.
If they are single, they should shut the fuck up. because
No, they should shut the fuck up regardless. If
Yeah,
they're
well,
in
yeah.
happy marriages.
that's true. Right.
Regardless, because it's dog shit advice.
That is true.
It's
Right.
dog shit advice regardless. It's like, bro, I think women are crabs in a bucket. They love just pulling each other down because of the drama. You know, and then what I think it is too is they're living vicariously through her because they're married and she's single.
Yeah.
You know, the whole dating life and the single life and the this and that and the glitz and the glam they think is going on when in reality, bitch, is sad.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought of, is like they're jealous. They've never been treated so well. What the fuck are they talking about? Like it's hard to have kids in their 40s. Like it's hard for men to have kids in their 40s.
No, she's saying that she was saying that for her, since she's in her 30s, they're like, oh, you know, it could be hard for you to have a kid. Oh, you shouldn't have a kid because you're too old, this and that. And it's like,
Shut the fuck up.
She could have a kid at 30.
Yeah,
like that's,
what the
you
fuck
know
are
what I
they
mean? Now,
talking
35 is probably where, you know, it'll start to be high-risk pregnancy. But at 30, she should be fine to have a kid. Like,
Yeah.
she could do it. Definitely. Now, you know, obviously it depends on, you know, his sperm count and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, for men, most doctors say that our sperm count really isn't affected that much until we're at least, like, mid-50s.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's doctor proven. You can Google that, all that stuff. They say it doesn't affect you till like mid-50s, and then even then it only affects us 50%. So like 50% of our sperm count is gone, but we still have the other 50. So it's like we can still get bitches pregnant till we're like 80 years old. It's just it's that flip of the coin of the 50-50.
Okay.
But for women, it's like once they hit 35, it's high risk. It's like now you're risking miscarriages within like the first trimester. You're risking cancer in the kid. You're risking, you know, birth defects as well as mental illnesses and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and those are like the high risks in it.
Yeah. Well, regardless, your friends are super duper jealous. You probably should cut them the fuck off, honestly.
Yeah.
And like what I was getting at with if they're in happy marriages is like, if they don't even have the social proof to back up what they're saying, they really need to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? It's two things where like, if they're pulling it out of thin air, shut the fuck up harder and faster. But if they have, like, say they were both dating 46-year-olds that were abusing them and they weren't happy, I'm like, okay, they might have a little bit more of a leg to stand on, but that's the point, is like they more likely, especially if they're single, are just jealous that you're so happy, you're doing so good, right? And they know that you live off of fear because you were in a 11-year relationship and you didn't leave because of fear. So like, perfect, dude. If we plant more fear, she'll be ruined, and we won't have to be ruined by ourselves.
You want to know why they're like that? Is because she even said it. He's old school. So I guarantee you she's very submissive to him.
Yeah.
She's very submissive to him. She cooks for him. She does all these kind of things. And they're probably in her head like, wow, you're so submissive. Wow, why are you all of a sudden so submissive? Why are you doing this for him? Why are you doing that for him? And she's just like, the fuck, nigga? Like, because he ran his leg of the race. He gave me the baton. I'm running my leg of the fucking race. Like, just because you bitches got the baton and you had to be walked, you know, the rest of the way, like, doesn't mean I'm going to. Like, no. I know what I need to do in this relationship to keep a man, and to keep a good one at that. You know what I mean? So, like, no. But see, the thing is I think it is so demonized for a woman to be submissive to her man. It's so demonized for a woman to actually do things for her man, to, you know what I mean, provide for him in that way, that I think other women will try to talk their friends and stuff like that out of it, because they're just like, oh no, that's abuse. Oh no, he's just gonna abuse you. Oh, you're doing all this stuff. Yeah, he's gonna be bad to you and this and that. And it's just like, no, he's doing what he's supposed to be doing. So then she does what she is supposed to be doing, and that's how the relationship is supposed to go.
Yeah.
But because they run their relationships and their husbands are absolute fucking cucks, you know, they think that that's how it should go.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Like, not all guys are going to run their relationship. And I would argue you're supposed to run your relationship that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I get it. A lot of dudes sit there and they just cuck themselves because they're like, well, I got a wife.
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life. You know,
Cuck.
it is what it is. Fucking miserable.
Yeah. Terrible. Awful. Just can't operate without spouse.
Crazy.
And they're It's pretty bad, right? Yeah, just to keep it short and simple, your friends are not your friends. They should probably you got to kick them out of your life ASAP.
Yeah.
Dive really into your husband. Find some new friends, some more higher class friends. I'm sure he has connections places where
and women that just understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then also a lot of this is another thing that I don't understand with women is like they always look at it like, oh, I don't want to be by myself, home alone or whatever. I have no friends, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, then why don't you learn about you?
Yeah.
Figure out what you like to do. Mm-hmm. Figure out the things that you want to do. Like, you have the ultimate freedom. Like, imagine, like, put yourself in a scenario, right, where there's this magical being, I guess you would say, and they're like, Michael, I'm going to give you $1,000 a day. And obviously, you get $1,000 a day. That's $30,000 a month.
Yeah.
So you look at it like, okay, I don't have to work anymore. At that time, you have all the time in the world.
Yeah.
You could focus on anything you wanted to do. Oh, shit, I've never tried fishing before. Fuck it, I'm going to see if I'm good at fishing.
Yeah.
I'm going to try rock climbing. I'm going to see if I'm good at rock climbing. I'm going to fucking take a cooking class, see if I'm good at cooking. I'm going to take a fucking painting class, see if I'm good at painting. Like, you're going to just figure shit out. You're going to, like, work on you.
Yeah.
Why? Because you don't have to worry about that aspect of your life. And so that's why I look at it like, you in this situation getting rid of your friends, because I know she's gonna bark back on that, like, oh, but if I don't have my friends, then I won't have anything to do, and I'm gonna feel so alone, and this and that. And it's just like, no, you're not gonna feel alone. Why? Because you can now have the time to figure out what you want to do. Mm-hmm. I get you're an accountant and shit like that, and that's fine. You still have your job. I'm not saying quit your job or nothing. I'm just saying in the times where, say your guy is off at work and you're at his house and you're by yourself, you're not doing anything, figure out what you like to do.
Yeah.
Do things that you like to do.
Yeah.
You don't need friends. You don't need people around you to do all that. Like me, I got 2 solid dude friends. 2 solid motherfuckers, that's it. Other than that, I don't really hang out with nobody like that. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like when you go to these places and you find these things, a lot of times you'll be able to find at least 1 to 2 solid people where you're just like, all right, like having a friend group and all that kind of stuff. It's cool, but honestly, it's more destructive than it is like helpful.
Productive.
Yeah, there you go. That was the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said. Like I literally all I have is my solid guy friend right here, and then I have a mentor in life that helps me with professionalism, and from there, that's my circle. My family is there, but like I don't necessarily count them because as my position in a leader in the leadership role is like I more so am cultivating their lives versus participating, and so from there it's a little bit different where I have fun with them and I enjoy the company and stuff like that, but I'm not necessarily there as just like a part of their life, like someone that's on the same playing field, because I'm always leading is the problem, is the not problem but the idea, so it's like you said, most people will like look at loneliness as like a hindrance or like a problem or a bad thing, but it's like, dude, like you have, when you are lonely, or I guess lonely if you want to call it that, or if you're by yourself, you have so much time to really figure out who you are and what you like to do, that other people are going to exist and be in your life because of it. You know what I mean? Like, say, like you said, you go take a cooking class, there's going to be a teacher, there's going to be other students, like if you're like, damn, dude, like this shit actually tastes pretty good. Someone else is like, yeah, dude, I actually love making this dish. And then from there, you're like, oh, you make dishes pretty often? Like, you'll find a new group of people that align with who you are based off of what you're doing in that alone time that you have. You know what I mean? And then from there, right, your husband, like, you'll have better tools to support your husband, and he'll have better tools to support you and like lead for you. So it's like you won't be missing out on anything, because your idea of like this I'm pretty sure what will happen is that fear will kick in where you're like, I'm losing friends. But it's like, this is not losing friends. You're getting a new opportunity to find who you are. You know what I mean? And so it's just, you need to shift your thinking behind
you're gaining an opportunity.
And so you're not missing out on anything. You're instead probably going to try to grasp on to what's hindering you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, if you had a knife stick stuck in your leg, would you A, pull it out and go get medical help in a different place, or B, be scared of what pulling the knife out will feel like and leave it in there and walk around with that.
Yeah.
Probably A, right? So that's what we're getting at, you know. Clearly there a knife in your fucking leg and you're leaving it in there.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be doing that. You got to just fucking rip it out, go get that medical help, and let the recovery process start.
Yeah, because these chicks are gonna hurt your relationship.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna put things in your head, make you do things. Oh, let's go to Vegas. Oh, let's go to Miami. And your dude is like, I don't want you to fucking go and do that.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna talk you into it, make you feel bad for not going and all this kind of stuff. And then you end up going, and then when you come back, he's pissed. He's like, what the fuck? I told you not to go.
Yeah.
And it just puts this monkey wrench in your relationship that you just don't need. You don't need it.
Don't follow through with the ideas of like, what am I missing out on in life? Follow through with the ideas of like, what if this works so well that I'm open to something that's so much better than I thought it was.
Yeah.
And then from there, you'll go leaps and bounds into some new stuff that you never thought was even possible. Honestly, that's something I've experienced personally from a lot of fear-based to now new opportunity-based thinking. So,
all right, you guys let us know what you think about it in the comments. Give her some advice, all that good stuff.
Yep.
On to our next one. I found out that my wife cheated on me 4 hours before our flight to Mexico.
Excellent. And now you get to have fun in Mexico by yourself.
Go get some whores, my guy.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of fucking fun down there.
Yes.
A lot of fucking fun.
Yes. By yourself.
Yes.
Take her fucking ticket.
New opportunity.
Rip that shit up.
Or if you have a back pocket friend that you can bring with you, whether it's
True.
a dude or a chick.
True.
Now you have you had, right? I assume this is after the trip, but
Well, I mean, it was, yeah, this is after technically.
Yeah, but you could have used that ticket on someone that was worth it. But anyways.
Let's see. All right. We had everything ready. We just went out for a final shopping trip for souvenirs for her family in Mexico. I stopped at A&W for the last minute lunch for us before heading home to pack. Man, A&W sounds bomb right now.
It does, yeah. Yep.
As I'm waiting for my order, I get an anonymous message on Facebook basically telling me that she's been cheating on me with a coworker of hers, that I am a really good person, and they wanted me to find out and wish me the best. I confronted her almost immediately on the drive home, and she admitted to sleeping with one of her coworkers. At first, she said they only kissed. But eventually told me they had sex. She told me they were on a break, which is true. She was at her sister's for approximately 1 week because we were having relationship issues. I circled around for a few minutes and asked if she ever takes off her wedding ring. She said I never take it off. I don't know about that one, fam.
Stop the cap.
I don't know about that one, fam. Thinking that's supposed to make me feel better, I asked her if she took it off while she was with another man, and she went silent and said yes, that she did. Exactly. I never take it off.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, that was stupid.
What the fuck, bro?
That was the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, like, bro, yes, you do take it off. To make things worse, she saw him on fucking Friday night 3 days ago. We went out with her coworkers to the pub to play cards, and he was there. She admitted to doing the Spanish greeting where you hug and do the cheek kiss thing to him. She always sends me photos of what she's doing when she's out, and the one she sent that night had this motherfucker in the photo. I canceled the trip, told her to pack her things and go to her sister's. This was the first time I was going to meet her family after 4 years of marriage. We had every single day packed with activities to do. Everyone that I know and that she knows, family, friends, coworkers, etc., thinks that we are currently in Mexico. I'm still numb and don't know what to do. I had 2 weeks booked off for this week. Work has been so stressful and I needed this escape. Now I'm back to eating my stupid healthy fucking meals and going to the gym and watching TV like every other day in my life, instead of being in a magical tropical fucking paradise with my wife. I feel like the universe just took all my happiness away from me all at once. What do I do?
Oh, this is bugging me. Oh my God, this is bugging me. Brother, my brother in Christ, you had a golden opportunity to still do what you were gonna do without the fucking baggage of a goddamn lying, cheating whore tied to you.
You did.
And you're throwing that away. You're saying the universe took that from you? This woman was not your happiness the moment she decided to cheat behind your fucking back.
Facts.
And you're over here trying to say like, oh, the universe took my happiness, yada, yada, yada. No, the universe took what was not supposed to be in your fucking life. You are now moping. You're like, oh, I have my health and the gym and stuff like that, but I don't have my fucking wife. Good, she's not your wife. Your wife does not cheat. Your wife, whoever that may be from now on, does not cheat and fuck other dudes and take their wedding ring off to talk to other dudes and try to get you to pay for shit still.
Facts.
You are looking at this so ass backwards, brother. You are fucking looking at it so wrong, and it's irking the shit out of me. You're like, oh, I could have went and recharged. You can still do that. You by yourself does not make it any less fun. If you're relying on her to have the fun that you were gonna have for those 2 weeks, you had your priorities all the way fucked up, bro.
100%.
And the fact
you
that
ripped her ticket up and just went.
Yes, bro. You could have had so much fun. And it would have been hard. Yes, it would have been absolutely diabolical to try to go out there and forget her, right? But I guarantee you the moment you go out there and you see someone else being fucking nice to you, right? Because the locals are going to be fucking kind to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're going to touristy spots, you're going to have a good time still. You know what I mean? You don't, and like, yeah, it would have took some planning to like rearrange. Probably you're going to stay with her family or whatever, right? But the whole point is you don't stop being you for a fucking woman.
That's facts.
That's not what you do in life. You're over here fucking yourself over on something that would have been magical, great for yourself, because a woman that doesn't deserve you is now going to be expelled out of your life. And it's like, what sense does that fucking make?
Yeah.
And like I said, that does not mean it's not going to be hard, right? But doing the hard things is exactly why you go to the gym, exactly why you eat healthy.
Facts.
Doing the hard things is what reaps the most reward. So obviously, yeah, you fucking got upset, canceled the trip, right? But doing the hard thing, going out there and having fun while you're hurting, definitely would have been a lot. It would have reaped a lot more reward than sitting at home and moping and saying the universe took some shit from you. So, I mean, for me, brother, like, you just got to change your thinking and your outlook and go do the hard things that you now know you're faced with, right? You weren't expecting it, and that's why you're like, oh, it's too hard, whatever the case may be. But that's not the way you think you look at it, right? The most adaptive men are the ones that adapt to chaos, or like the strongest men, I should say, are the ones that adapt to chaos, and universe threw chaos in there for you so that way you could be even stronger, because you had a handle on the gym, you had a handle on work, you had a handle on your health. The last part was that relationship part that's very hard and difficult for you to get through. You get through that, dude, you're going to be a well-rounded gentleman that actually knows what he wants, takes care of himself, takes care of what he needs to, and then has an actual wife that is deserving of him, and vice versa, right? You guys deserve each other. So you did the wrong thing by not going and changing your plans, getting a hotel, and doing what you were gonna do by yourself, right? And I would encourage you to, if you got a refund on those, try to schedule another time or something where you could go do that, or catch the tail end of the trip now if you're still there, or you're still in that window or whatever for your PTO or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's my advice, brother. Like, you need to start thinking like it's gonna be hard, but fuck that bitch, and then just go ahead and go do what you were gonna do, or something for yourself.
Yeah, man. That was a master class within itself. I'm not even gonna throw anything in there, man. It's true though. It's 100% true. You should have just went, bro. Should have just went. All right, let's get on to our next one. Am I wrong for expecting my girlfriend to work on issues in our sex life? Well, fuck yeah. What are we talking about here? All right. I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years now. For the most part, things are good in our relationship, but a big problem is our sex life. My girlfriend suffers from depression, and 18 months ago, she was put on some new meds which have gotten rid of her sex drive. Our sex life is non-existent now. We've spoke about it a few times, and she's mentioned wanting to initiate more, but when I try, she just says no. She was having therapy and unrelated therapy for an unrelated reason. A couple of months ago, I mentioned to her to ask her therapist what he thinks and get some suggestions from him. She said she doesn't want, or she said she doesn't know, and that she might. Her therapist has stopped now, and I asked if she brought it up to him. She said no. I pointed out if she doesn't do anything about the issue, then it's not going to get resolved. I said that sex is a big part of a relationship, and it's not something I'm willing to just go without. I said I understood it's hard, but unless she actually starts putting in some work to resolve our issues, then it would likely mean we'd break up. I'd mentioned that possibility of talking to her doctor for suggestions, which she refused. I said I understood it takes time, and if she starts making an effort to improve things, then I'll obviously be patient, but if no effort is being made, then we'd break up. She said I was being manipulative, but I just said she can't expect me to stay in a sexless relationship forever, while she repeatedly brings up the fact it's an issue, but won't actually do anything about it. Am I wrong for expecting my girlfriend to work on issues about her sex life? Nah, bro, you're not wrong, dude. The fact that, because look, I've been in this situation before where it wasn't necessarily like her sex drive was the problem. It was the birth control that she was on. You know what I mean? And it was one of those things where she dealt with that also with a chronic illness. You know what I mean? And so with those two things like mashing together, it was like, it never really put her in the mood type deal. And so, you know what I mean? She was at least willing to talk to doctors. She was at least willing to talk to therapists, and, you know, because there are like specialized sex therapists and shit like that you can talk to. There are specialized doctors that you can talk to about sex and all that kind of stuff as well. And, you know, as long as she's putting in the effort, like you said, that's great. The fact that she's not putting in the effort, though, goes to tell me that she's in this relationship because she wants the like emotional stability, but she doesn't want everything else that entails with the relationship. Yes. She doesn't want the sex. She doesn't want to be with you or like be your girlfriend or give you any girlfriend duties or anything like that. Like, she doesn't want to be your girlfriend. She just wants your emotional stability, and that's it. That's all she wants from you. She looks at it like, as long as I'm getting what I want, which is emotional stability, then I don't care to not give you anything else. Like, I don't want to have sex with you. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Because if it's a guy that she actually wants to be with, it's a guy that she actually wants to, give that part of herself to, she's going to do all those things. She's going to put that effort in 1000%, like my ex did with me. She looked at it like this was a problem, so we need to do stuff that fixes it. Okay, cool. We went to the sex doctor, found out her birth control lowers her libido, so we changed her birth control so it ups her libido. We found out that, you know, her chronic illness kind of gets in the way sometimes of that, and so then, you know, with her chronic illness, it makes her think a certain way. So then we talk to a therapist about it, and the sex therapist is, you know, gives her different options and ways to think about it and frames it differently. Like he said with the last guy, you know, you frame it differently and it kind of changes the way you think about it. And so again, if she's not putting that effort in, it just tells me that all she's there for is just the emotional stability, and that's it. She doesn't give a fuck about anything else. And she's not even really your girlfriend. I'd break up with her. I'd be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, yeah, that one doesn't need much like hammering home, but that's exactly what I was going to say. Is it sounds like she doesn't really truly care about you. I would just cut it now, because, you know, you gave her enough chances where if it really was a problem for her, right, then she would get it fixed. Just like the depression was a problem for her. She went to a doctor to get those antidepressants. She got it fixed. You didn't have to like tell her over and over again. She didn't put it off. She went and got it fixed. Yep. If she was the kind of person that wanted to get this fixed for the relationship, she would have already done it by now. And so, yeah, dude, break up with her for sure.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You guys let us know what you think about it in the comments, though. All right, let's get into our last scenario for today. All right. Again, patreon.com/MyTheAsshole Podcast. Get that exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show like these lovely people got for today. Audio listeners, again, thank you so much for all the support. You guys are the absolute goats, and I appreciate you so very much. Keep downloading the episodes as well as rating us 5 stars on your preferred platform. It helps out a lot. If you want to help out even more, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All the links are down in the description. Follow our boy over here, Mike Life 333 on TikTok and Instagram. Links are down in the description. We love you guys so much. We appreciate you. Anything you got to close out before we get into the last one?
No, keep doing what you guys are doing, sending in the scenarios. The videos are also great times to look at as well. So, yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. Thank you guys.
All right, let's get into it. Beat up your local old person, and let's get on into it.
Yes, beat the shit out of them.
All right, I need advice ASAP. I am confused and hurt, and I need your advice, Rig 4. Okay, I had met a girl online, and within a few days of talking, we went on a date, and I brought her her favorite flowers, and we ended up hanging out until midnight. It was like we were magnetic. We ended up making out before the night was over, and she texted me first after she left. We were local, so we ended up going to a movie the next day. We basically ended up hanging out every single chance that we had this week. Lunch breaks, after work, whenever we could. She wanted me to FaceTime her or call her every night. Call her every night. Everything was going so good. We laughed so much, and it was like she couldn't stand to be away from me, and I felt the same. Then comes the end of the week. We have plans to go out Friday. She even said Thursday how she missed me and couldn't wait to see me again. Friday rolls around and everything is good. We talk on the phone at my lunch break, and she's just like her normal self. 3 hours later, and it's time for us to meet. I had planned a date and was so excited. I go to text her and tell her I'm on my way to where we agreed to meet, and I noticed her notifications are turned off. Strange. But whenever I text and say be there in 5 minutes, so I arrive and she's nowhere to be seen. I just stand there for a few minutes. Then I decide to call her and check in and call her twice. Both times it doesn't ring. It goes straight to voicemail. I don't leave a voicemail, but I wait another 10 minutes. Then I call a friend for advice, and he tells me, dude, just leave. She's not coming. So I head out. I was pretty devastated when I realized she wasn't coming, but maybe I just handled it wrong. I didn't text or call her anymore. I just thought she clearly doesn't want to talk/see me. So I'll just leave her alone. And if she wants to ever talk, she knows where I'm at. It's been hard and confusing on me because I know, or because of how did she go from kissing me, meeting me daily, and saying she wants to be with me, together with me all the time, and wanting me to meet her family, to just vanishing the minute of our date and not saying anything. She hasn't deleted me off of any socials yet, but it's been a few days and she hasn't tried to say a word to me. I just wish I knew where I went wrong or anything, because I'd 100% apologize, and I'd love to hear her feelings. I just don't understand this. Damn, bro. Damn.
It's another dude.
Yeah, it's another guy.
It's another dude, honestly.
You gotta realize, bro, for women, it's very easy for them to kind of get so sucked into something because it's new, because it's new and it's great and it's fantastic and it's fun. But the moment she then gets the attention from the guy that she actually wants, or, she's been doing this to make her ex jealous, or whatever, situation, like bottom line is you were used. Okay, let's just be real. You were used so that way it looks like she's out, she's moved on, and she's doing her thing, and oh, she's so happy with this other guy, when in reality, bro, she's just trying to make another guy jealous. And she succeeded in that. And the fact that she succeeded in that, I guarantee you, homeboy was either at the house clapping, or he was taking her, he already took her out, and she was already out on a date, and that's why her phone was off. You know what I mean? It sucks to say it, but you didn't do anything wrong. It was all her.
Yes.
You know, there's nothing to apologize for. There's nothing to be confused about. There's nothing to be like, you know, oh my God, what did I do wrong? No, you did everything right. You did everything right. You gave that girl the world, but she looked at it like, damn, I'm such a piece of shit. You know, I'm using this good dude to get to my ex or to get to this other guy. Like, man, I need to cut this shit off. And so that's what she did. She cut it off with you because she knew you were a good guy. She knew you were a great guy that did not deserve what she was getting. She didn't. And it's fucked up.
Yeah, that was like one of the things going into this, like after hearing your side of the story, like, yeah, brother, it wasn't you at all. It's one of those things where some people are just put in your life as a lesson.
Yeah.
This is a lesson. You now understand that they're just at some point in times, there's just women being women, and this is one of those times, you know, like she was just being who she was, and you did absolutely nothing wrong. So at the end of the day, like, don't let it, like, the thing I would just say is don't let it just affect your future relationships, how you think going forward, in the sense of like, oh, I'll just be like aloof or mean with this bitch or like whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta give every woman the benefit of the doubt, but just be a little bit more selective, you know, where it's like, hey, this may just be like a rhyming event where for her, you know, she might be making a dude jealous or whatever the case may be, but like, just fill it out, you know. It's like a week goes by and you're like, all right, this is going great, you know, things are going, you take it day by day, moment by moment, because that's what they do, you know. At the end of the day, like, her emotions are running high. She may have felt exactly what she described to you of like, I can't wait for this dude to meet my parents, you know. And then if said ex or said other male is not really trying to be serious with me, you know, I have this great guy in front of me, you know. And then from there, like, the dude was like, hey baby, like, shut that shit up, get over here. And she was like, okay, wham, and fucking cut you off, you know. And she went with like her emotions, you know, because that's what they do, right? Even in relationships, they go with their emotions, where like one day they love you, you're this great dude that's like, you know, phenomenal, and then another day, like, their mood swings and they're like, actually, you know what, like, they start looking at you in a different light, and then
I want to kill this dude. No.
I don't know about that, but 20 years down the line, they could be like, you know what, like, my vision of this dude has changed, and now I want this other dude, you know. And it's like, all right, you know, like, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And to say it's fair or like it's unfair or like fucked up or whatever, like, yeah, it is all that stuff, but there's not anything you could really do, and there's no way to really prepare for it either, dude. It's just something you got to be like, oh, okay, like, I get it now. Let me go feel out what I need to feel and let the pain be the pain, and then from there you got to move on, you know.
Yeah. And also, dude, the moment the girl moves on, you move on.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and, oh, well, you know, I'll wait for her, and you know, if she texts me back, then I'll be here. Like, no, bro. The moment you feel a girl has moved on, or she's flaked on you like this and done this shit, you just move on, bro. You're on to the next girl. And if she comes back, you know, don't take her serious.
Yeah.
That's another thing, is you don't take her serious. You could you know, take her out, you know, get you a little coochie, whatever, but she's not a woman to take serious.
Yeah,
is my thing. Just because she came back does not mean that she deserves a serious relationship, or it's gonna be a serious relationship, or it's gonna be a good relationship. Don't think that at all. You need to look at it like, if she's coming back for a reason.
Yeah.
And that reason most likely is because whatever she had going on didn't work out, and she thinks you're just some fall guy.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. You don't want that. But the moment a girl moves on, bro, you move on too. You're like, all right, cool, done. Cool. She moved on. She flaked on me. Is what it is. Moving on. And you ain't got to be malicious about it. You just don't say anything to her. You just don't text her. You don't call her. You don't do nothing. You just simply move on. And, you know, you don't unfollow her on socials or nothing like that. Nah. You go on a date and you post yourself on a date with another girl, and she sees that shit and she's like, oh, what the fuck? I thought we were. No, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You haven't talked to me in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The fuck are you? No. Like, this is my girl. You moved on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move on.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you just move on. It's just as simple as that. Simple as
Yeah,
that.
simple as that. And if she wants to press the issue, like, hey, actually, you need to stop talking to me because you're already past that point. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and entertain her or anything like,
No.
oh, well, we can try again, whatever the case. No, like, if she's like, what the fuck? You like he said, like, no, I have a girl. That's the end of that, dude. You want to keep pressing the issue? Like, stop. You're going to get blocked or deleted or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My girlfriend doesn't appreciate that.
Yeah. Get her the fuck out of there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
man. So you'll be all right. You'll be good. You know. That's gonna be today's episode, though. You guys let us know what you think about all the stuff that we've gone over in this episode. Action packed, fucking episode, man. As always, man.
Yeah.
These Sunday episodes are absolutely action packed, from the videos to the crazy conversations we have to the scenarios, everything, man. So again. We love you guys. We appreciate you so very much. Thank you guys for coming out every week. I will see you guys on Tuesday for another great episode. He'll see you guys on Sunday for another juicy episode. We love you guys. We appreciate you. You got anything to close out, Rigfort?
Nah, I mean, that's pretty much it, Peace and chicken grease.
All right. We love you guys. Peace.